Have you ever wondered what the super rich and powerful don't want the rest of us to know? Well, get ready to have your mind blown by some of the most unbelievable and shocking secrets billionaires try desperately to keep under wraps. From alleged murders and cheating scandals to destroying priceless historical artifacts and being controlled by a shadowy dynasty, the revelations in this video will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about the elite rulers of the world. Dark secrets of big tech billionaires. Let's start with one of the biggest names in big tech, Mark Zuckerberg. Rumors have long swirled that the Facebook founder may have been involved in a shocking murder cover-up. According to the allegations, a Facebook engineer named Kin Chen was essentially worked to death by the company's extreme demands and unhealthy culture of overwork. It's said that when Kin realized he was likely going to be fired after failing to meet insane productivity targets, the intense pressure led him to commit suicide by jumping out of a window at Facebook's offices. However, some believe Zuckerberg and Facebook went to great lengths to conceal the real circumstances around Kin's tragic death. But that's not the only bombshell claim about Zuckerberg and his social media empire. There are also disturbing reports that multiple Facebook employees have mysteriously died under odd circumstances after signing strict employment contracts that some describe as tantamount to being trapped at the company. Moving on to another tech titan. Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates has been accused of having deep ties to the infamous Jeffrey Epstein, the disgraced financier who ran a sex trafficking ring involving underage girls. It's alleged that after Gates had an affair, Epstein discovered this secret and used it as blackmail leverage against the billionaire. According to the rumors, Epstein threatened to expose Gates' infidelity unless he agreed to make a $100 million donation and be the public face of one of Epstein's charitable events. When Gates refused, Epstein supposedly followed through with his blackmail threat, though the full details remain murky. What's clear is that the close connections between Gates and the pedophile Epstein have raised many deeply disturbing questions that the public deserves answers to. Billionaires destroying historical artifacts. Our next shocking allegation involves Amazon founder Jeff Bezos and his mind-boggling willingness to demolish precious historical landmarks, all to accommodate his $500 million super yacht. The story goes that when construction on Bezos' gigantic sailing yacht hit a snag because it was too large to pass under an iconic 95-year-old bridge in the Netherlands called Do the Hef, his team simply asked the city to take down the bridge. Yes, you read that right. Bezos wanted to tear down a beloved century-old national heritage site just so his yacht could get through. Understandably, this outrageous demand sparked an intense public backlash from Dutch citizens proud of their history and heritage. Massive protests were planned, with people even proposing to pelt Bezos' yacht with eggs as it tried to pass. In the end, the billionaire's audacious bridge demolition scheme failed, and the yacht's masts had to be removed to allow safe passage under the bridge. But the fact that Bezos seemed willing to sacrifice such a historically significant structure merely for his enjoyment and convenience reveals an incredible level of ego, entitlement, and disrespect. Humiliating downfall of billionaire celebrities. Speaking of out-of-touch arrogance in the elite billionaire class, remember when Kylie Jenner earned widespread ridicule and mockery after falsely claiming to be the youngest self-made billionaire ever? In a high-profile deal in 2019, the reality TV star sold 51% of her cosmetics company for a lofty $1.2 billion valuation. This incredibly wealthy deal catapulted the then 22-year-old Jenner into rarefied billionaire air and led to headlines hailing her as a wildly successful entrepreneur who had beaten even Mark Zuckerberg's records. However, the truth soon came out that Jenner's company had been grossly inflating its finances and revenues for years. The prestigious Forbes magazine famously stripped her of billionaire status, revealing her net worth was just a fraction of what she claimed. This embarrassing downfall transformed Jenner from a celebrated business icon into a laughingstock seen as just coasting on her family's fame. But while most billionaires love flaunting their wealth, former NYC mayor and failed presidential candidate Michael Bloomberg showed he may be even richer in obnoxious arrogance and vile comments. According to multiple lawsuits, Bloomberg allegedly made a series of shockingly misogynistic and inappropriate remarks over the years to employees in his media company. He's accused of crudely telling one married employee that his female coworkers should all line up and perform oral sex as a sick wedding gift. But far more disturbingly, In one alleged incident, Bloomberg outright bragged in an interview about procuring sexual partners for his teenage daughter during a business trip to China, stating, "What's a 16-year-old going to do on a business trip? So I got her dates in every city in China." These vile allegations paint a dark picture of an entitled, sexist billionaire harboring deeply disturbing views on women and underage sexual exploitation. While Bloomberg has publicly tried to rehabilitate his image by supporting some women's rights causes, his alleged comments reveal a person who may see women as merely objects to abuse or discard at will. Secret dynasty controlling the world. Finally, we come to the deepest, darkest billionaire secret of all, one so powerful that this video is likely to get immediately censored and suppressed merely for mentioning it. I'm talking about the mysterious, nameless dynasty long rumored to run the world behind the scenes. According to the theories surrounding this cable, they are descended from the French royal family that was overthrown in 1792 to protect their wealth during the French Revolution. The stories claim this dynasty changed their name and covertly relocated to North Carolina in the United States. Using their vast fortunes, this secret family is then alleged to have cunningly built up a worldwide empire over generations by launching corporations and acquiring companies, banks, and other assets through strategic mergers and buyouts. Credible researchers have traced a trail of over 200 major bank mergers and acquisitions by this dynasty dating back to the 1800s, when they first began buying up railroads and other infrastructure across America. By the present day, it's theorized they have extended their shadowy tentacles into institutions like Bank of America, essentially owning and controlling trillions of dollars in wealth across countless subsidiaries and investment funds. This unimaginable money is then used to insidiously influence and even write the laws in their favor through lobbying expenditures, and notoriously buying off politicians on a massive scale. The sheer scope of this alleged New World Order controlled by a single clan is truly staggering to contemplate. With enough wealth to outspend many nations and operatives embedded across all major industries and governments, some believe this cable is responsible for everything from orchestrating wars and economic collapses to pushing social control agendas that serve their interests. Essentially, the conspiracy theories posit that one tightly knit bloodline has pulled all the strings of the world like puppet masters for centuries right under our noses. Now we can't even speak the dynasty's supposed name out loud, as any mention of it online or in media seems to result in immediate suppression and censorship. But based on the breadth of the rumors and their longevity, there must be some truth to the idea that an immensely powerful cable operates in total secrecy to shape world events from the shadows based on their nefarious agenda. So that you have it, some of the most explosive and terrifying secrets the ultra-wealthy ruling class allegedly want to keep buried at all costs. From sordid personal scandals to mind-bogglingly arrogant antics to the idea of a shadowy global cable covertly controlling everything. The picture painted here should disturb anyone concerned about concentrated power and lack of accountability. If even some of these claims are true, it's clear the billionaire elite cannot be trusted to act in the interests of anyone but themselves. We must urgently spread awareness of their potential misdeeds and excesses to push for real transparency and reform. Like this video, if you found it eye-opening, share it to help wake up others, and subscribe to our channel for more explosive truth bombs, the powers that we don't want you to know about. Let's keep fighting to expose what the ultra-wealthy are so desperate to keep hidden.